Hi, my name is Joanie''s. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, please go to my website, Joani'swhitelightshealing.com. I do sessions via Skype, FaceTime, Facebook video, and phone for folks who are not local to North Central New Jersey. For those who are, I am doing in-person as well as phone. You could find me on Facebook. Please like my Joani'S White Light Healing fan page. And if you're interested in messaging me and friending me, please do so. I need to know how you found me or I won't be accepting the request. You could find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and SoundCloud. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do and press the bell all icon. You'll receive notifications of when I put out my next video. Like, share, and comment below, please. I really appreciate the feedback, and I do like folks making requests for future videos. This is one of them. This is based on someone's request. I only bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness, meaning the ones that achieve that level of enlightenment. No trainees, no lower vibrations. This is not fear porn at all. Folks who are channeling and bringing in scary messages, really woo, that stuff, I suggest erase and delete that. I don't believe that's why we're here, to be the bridge. I bring in archangels and angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, departed ones, consciousnesses, elementals, and star beings. I became gifted around 2003, 4, 5, as a result of a dark night of the soul, and the gifts started coming in. I used to be an LCSW, licensed clinical social worker. I did individual group therapy with addicts and alcoholics, as well as the mentally ill in New York City for 10 years. I didn't believe in any of this, and I thought it was a load of crap. Then the gifts started coming in. I could see into bodies, talk to animals, do healings on crystals and plants. I could jump into other lifetimes. I could do hands-on healing and remote healing, and it goes on and on. Chakras and auras and exorcism and the whole like. I channel 2 star languages, Pleiadian and Syrian. I'm from Arcturus, and you get the drift. I'm not from around here. So I come in to assist with the awakening of humanity. I'm not the only one, folks. This is not the Joanie show. There are many of us all spread out across the world that are doing this during this time of ascension. Okay, with that little spiel, I'm going to get right down to it. I received a request from a viewer, and this is the question. In this time of turmoil, the energy is raging. How do empaths keep balanced? I'm not very disciplined at meditation, but each evening I do spend time quietly, thinking, sometimes speaking out loud to any energy that might be listening. I am happy to be a sponge, especially if it removes the venom from around me. How do I get rid of the venom more effectively so it doesn't take root? Thanks. So, there are a lot of folks that come into human bodies and they can be called empaths, someone who is empathic. Empathy is when you can feel the feelings of another. It's like jumping over into someone else's shoes. But an empath is a type of light worker that is assisting. So they're not just doing it for the heck of it by jumping over to feel someone else's feelings. They might be in communication with that person and they feelings and then be able to give it back to them via counseling or healing or both. But if they are not in relation to them physically and they are feeling the collective's vibration, the reason why they're doing that is they're bringing it into their vessel to then transmute it and send it back home. It's a way of clearing the detritus, the debris, not just from the folks, from the collective, but also our earth, what's now kind of billowed up as like etheric dust bunnies. There are many people who do not know that they are empaths. They are depleted. They are depressed. They could be addicted. They are people pleasers. They are giving their right arm and left arm and everything else. They're not putting the oxygen mask on themselves first. They might be codependents. And they do not have good boundaries. They do not know where they end and another begins. So if you might meet the criteria as the empath you didn't know and you have all of these problems, you know, what I just enumerated, then listen up. And for those of you who know someone, listen up. And for those of you who've got it, who know that you're an empath and would like to know what Joanie'S take is, and I'll pull in info from Spirit to see where I might have left off. If you'd like to know more about empaths and clearing and remaining balanced, please listen up. So, in response to keeping balanced, I would say this for an empath as I would say this to anyone. Do what you can to be balanced. That includes drinking water and remaining hydrated, moving your body. If you aren't able to go to a gym, if you belonged, do whatever you can in your home or outside. If you did not belong to a gym, walk. And if you don't walk outside, walk around your home. Stretch, get flexible, move the fibers in your body. So we have drinking water to remain hydrated, and we have movement of the body. You need to rest. You can't push yourself. Sleep well. Get rid of addictions. They lower your vibration, and all addictions deplete yourself. So if they're emotional addictions, they ultimately hit the physical body. And if they are physical addictions, they obviously hit the physical body. And if they're financial, they could hit your pocketbook, which becomes emotional stress, which then goes into the physical body. Ultimately, it depletes the physical vessel, and it brings you to a lower vibration, which gets you off kilter. Think positively. If you have negativity in your circle, in your social circle, you need to reassess as to who you wish to be in close communication with versus distancing versus possibly cutting the tie or taking a break. And if you're unable, you put white light protection around yourself, put sacred space around yourself when you are in their presence. Okay. Eat cleanly, meaning high vibration foods. Do not put foods into your body that are not good for you. And you know what that is, because if you were born on earth in some way, shape, or form, you learned about what's healthy food and what's unhealthy food. Envision a positive outcome. Okay, so with that being said, that's the way that anyone would be balanced. Now we get into the empath and balance. I've said this to friends, I've said this to clients regarding empathy and doing your work, being of service. There are so many light workers that are incarnated around the planet that if you choose to stop assisting someone, stop listening to someone, stop being in their presence, or if you limit your engagement with them, there is going to be someone else that will pick up the slack. And if not, you must remember that every person has spirit guides that are assisting them. No one is forsaken, and everyone is being supported. Also, everyone has their higher self, the part of them that knows best. So the higher self is trickling information down into the third dimensional being, human, that's incarnated in the physical vessel and saying, hey, you know, it'd be a really good idea if you went to sleep now versus 2 hours later. Why don't you just turn out the lights and go to sleep? So we've got your spirit guides. We have other divine guides. We have the higher self. And we have people that come on our path that give us information to say, hey, lighten up, loosen up. So know that if you pull back from your assistance, someone else is going to come along and help that one, because that's what you get as well. If something happens and you falter or someone goes away, you will have spirit guideship, your higher self, and there will be messengers that will come on your path. We call them miracles. There are no coincidences. The synchronicities are divine. Watch for them and ask for them. It's not being piggy. Okay, more regarding the balance of the empath. The empath doesn't come in to an incarnation to save other people. They come in to be a witness. They come in to be a role model. You need to work through your issues first. If you want to be the most effective empath for another, if you want to assist in transmuting the collectives or specific individuals or groups' stuff, be the highest version of yourself that you can be. No excuses. And if you're not feeling so good and you don't want to work on your issues now, that's okay too. But be aware of what your issues are. At least be aware. Your filter is your skill set, your ego, what you bring to the table. And when you clean up a filter, the stuff that goes through it doesn't have any obstructions to then be released home to the light. So that could include journaling, talking to friends, therapy, self-help, tapping, any form of healing whatsoever. Cleaning up yourself in order to be the best version so you can then transmute more effectively. I'm going to find out a little bit more of what is in my treasure trove. Saving people. You do what's in your control and you let the rest go. These are, I believe they're called either aphorisms or adages, but here we go. You could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Don't push the river, let it flow. And then I would definitely throw in the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. We are not here to save another. Every soul saves themselves. We can assist. We could be of service by being a role model. We have to know who our audience is. We don't just start being of service to every single person when we start feeling their pain. We might just need to know what's happening with them. If you believe that you are to do an intervention by saying something or doing something, it might be about timing. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes you need to sleep on something until you figure out exactly how you're going to say and or do something. And if you change your mind and you don't do the work for another, that's okay. It's meant to be. Don't do any shoulda, woulda, couldas. That doesn't even compute in Earth School. Everything is divinely ordered. And when you start shoulding yourself, there are expectations that get placed, and then things get hinged upon other things and they get conditional. That's all ego-based. Removing venom. If you are feeling the collective's pain, you could be feeling anxiety, depression, agitation, rage, suicidality, homicidality. Basically, you could feel another's pain of any type of emotion that exists. I would say that for the collective right now, people are furious and people are also very sad. People are also very frightened. Those are probably the biggest ones: anger, sadness and despair, and fear. Now, fear really is also the anger and the despair. Fear is like the umbrella term, but I mean in terms of fright, where they're frightened. Okay. So, clear quartz crystals will enhance any stone you're working with. So if you have that master stone, that would assist. Having a clear quartz around will help. And then if you wish to tie it in with rose quartz is the heart chakra work. It assists with love of self and love of other. Tourmaline also is a grounding stone. So if you have black tourmaline, I would recommend that as well. That would keep you balanced. So I think there's a trifecta in that. I'm sure that others would come along and they would add much more to this. You probably have, well, some of you have your crystal cave, and you could choose from your treasure trove of what you feel will balance your chakras, your energy centers, and will give you more of a feeling of peace and balance. Selenite is a great crystal for clearing your aura. It also recharges itself. So if you have a wand, a selenite, that's Selenite, selenite, you could just comb your aura. You don't have to get every part of you, but you just comb it and put out the intention you're clearing your aura. That'll lighten yourself up a little bit. There's a woman named Barbara who I know, and she would see me at festivals and she would fluff my aura. So she would go like this around me and she'd fluff my aura. So you could do that yourself. You could just imagine you're fluffing it and you're billowing it up and you're releasing anything that doesn't serve. You need to give yourself permission to cry. If you are locked up in the feelings of others, you need to release it. Crying is very important. It is a release. Also, I see writing. I see some of you doing some pen work. You could write down your thoughts about what's bothering you, but it could be that you're bringing in the collectives and you're getting it out through your hand onto the paper. That will also assist you. And if you are doing automatic writing, you might be channeling and you might be getting information about how to clear yourself. Don't take on more than you can handle. Some people are all gung-ho about, I'm gonna save America, I'm gonna save the world. And you do not have to do this. I don't recommend doing that at all. It's too much. It's like being a mule. And in many of your lifetimes, you might have carried the burdens of the world. And in this lifetime, it's about waking up and knowing that there are so many of us who are here to assist, and you don't have to be the ass anymore. More about the venom. If someone's gotten under your skin, if you have been picking up the collective's anger and you're starting to feel angry as a result at them for being angry, I would throw in Jesus and just say, well, he said, forgive them for they do not know what they are doing. Forgive everyone, wherever they're at. People are exactly where they're to be. So you're doing everyone a service by picking up on lower vibration emotions, taking them in, assessing them, and then sending them home. They might remain doing what they're doing. They might be in one of those gerbil wheels where they can't help themselves and they just keep conjuring up more negativity. You are to forgive those who keep hating on and despairing on and being frightened. Everyone is exactly where they're to be. So we're not here to change another. We are here to assist. I am a bridge, and that's what I do. In my psychicness, I am a bridge between the other side and here, this third dimensional consciousness. I'm also a healer. So I'm here to bring in other energies to assist people in raising their vibration. You, as an empath, are here to move energy up and through without judgment. If your ego is in the way, I would say that you need to take a look at that. You're an empath for a reason. You friggin' love it. That's why you are who you are. It's the way you roll. And that if you're angry at others for being sad and frightened and angry, I suggest you take a look more at why you are judging. We are not here to judge another because we, number one, wouldn't want to be judged. And number two, we're all one. The unity consciousness concept is that we're all connected. It's one big web of love. Every single thing you can see and not see. So when you judge another, you're judging that one, and then there's a ripple effect out to the collective as well as yourself. Also, I want to share about judgment that if you're like, okay, come on, folks, get with it, wake up, heal, 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 and that's your ego talking, you're incurring karma because you're negatively crossing others by judging them, and you don't want to incur negative karma with the collective. Now I'm going to go in and see if there's more that Spirit has to say in response to this question and anything else regarding empaths and clearing and finding balance. Well, what I get is take it easy moment by moment. day by day. Keep it slow, keep it paced, and that y'all have a rhythm. You have your own respective rhythms, and take that into account, that the way that you roll is different from the way another one rolls. Don't expect anyone to come on board fast. They might go slow. No demands. Be your best friend and heal. And that is, I would dovetail that to what I said at the beginning of this video regarding what you could do to stay balanced. Heal yourself, because empaths are healers in their way that they transmute energy. Heal yourself. Do whatever it is to work through your issues to be the best version that you can be. And Spirit is saying, take time out to rest. Some of you have been doing so much work that you haven't looked at yourself. You haven't even just taken off your worker hat. So you could put out the intention. I am not going to be the empath for a day or a week, or I'm going to put that aside. Now, for some of you, that's possible. For others of you, it might not be. I'm not sure. I never claim to know everything. It's not humanly possible, nor would I want to. So if you want to have a vacation from empathy, from being an empath, put out the intention. If it's for your highest good, it will be so, and you will rest. Some of you are extremely disturbed. You're having difficult nights. I see some of you have lost some taste. It's difficult for you to moderate your emotions. So you can hang up that hat. You have that empath hat, and you just hang it on a hook, and you keep it there and say, I'll get back to you. I know who I am, but I'll get back to you. I need to work on self now. And there's no hurry. There's no rush regarding assisting. Time is an illusion. Time is fluid. Everything is happening in the moment. So you don't have to rush and get this all done. Fix, save, feel for others, transmute, send home. You don't have to do this. Just be. Watch it unfold. That is all I get from Spirit. I hope that this assisted. If you have any feedback regarding this, please, I'd like to hear any questions below regarding this. Please comment, and I will see you again. Bye, y'all.